Hi kids, how are you all? I hope you all must be fine, right? So today we are going to read about Class 4 Science Olympiad. And in Class 4 Science Olympiad, which chapter we are going to read? We are going to start a new chapter, that is matter. Okay, so are you all ready for it? Yes. So let's get started. The first question is, a student took water and dissolved salt in it. Later she placed the salty water under sunlight for 3 days. She found only crystals of salt but no water. The process demonstrated in the above experiment is option A, filtration, B, boiling, C, condensation, D, evaporation. So here the question given is, a student took water and dissolved some salt in it. Okay, and when she is placing this salty water under sunlight for 3 days, what happens? She found only crystals of salt, but no water is found. So what is the name of the process? So when we mix this water and salt, the salt it is completely dissolved in water, right? But when we keep it under the sunlight for 3 days, the water here, the water, it is converted into water vapor. Okay, so water is converted into the water vapor and it is escaped into the atmosphere, right? And this that is the salt, it cannot be converted into any vapor form. The salt it is left behind, right? And the process of conversion of water into the water vapor, here we will call it as evaporation. Okay, so here we will call it as evaporation. Why we will call it as evaporation? Because here water boils at 100 degree centigrade, right? At 100 degree centigrade temperature, the water boils. Okay, so here in presence of sunlight, the water it is converted into water vapor of its own. We are not heating it, right? And this process is known as evaporation if we are not heating it. Yes. So here the correct answer is option D, that is evaporation. Got it everyone? Coming to the next question, which of the following states of matter has the strongest force of attraction between its molecules? Option A, solid, B, liquid, C, gas, D, none of these. So here the question is asked, which of the following states of matter it has the strongest forces of attraction between its molecules. So, in the matter, many particles are there, atoms and molecules are there, and they have force of attraction between them. Okay, and the force of attraction it is strongest in case of solid, followed by liquid, followed by gas. So here in case of solid, the force of attraction it is strongest, and in case of gas it is the weakest force of attraction. Okay, so what is the correct answer then? Here the correct answer is option A, that is solid. Coming to the next question, the bubbles that come out rapidly when we open soda water bottle are option A, nitrogen bubbles, B, oxygen bubbles, C, water bubbles, D, carbon dioxide bubbles. So here the question is asked, the bubbles that come out rapidly when we open soda water bottle are, have you ever seen the opening of the soda water bottle? Yes. So when we open that bottle, so its bubbles they come rapidly out of it, right? So what are the bubbles? Yes. Do you know which is the gas? That is the carbon dioxide bubble. Okay. Why it is happening? Why when we open the soda water bottle, these carbon dioxide bubbles are coming out? Because here the carbon dioxide gas it is dissolved in water. So when we open it, then this carbon dioxide gas, it is coming out. Got it? Coming to the next question, which of the following is or are in a liquid state normally? Option A, water, B, petrol, C, mercury, D, all of these. So here the question is asked, which of the following is or are in a liquid state normally? So water, we know water is present in liquid state, right? So this one is correct. Petrol, have you seen petrol? Yes. So the petrol, it is also present in the liquid state. Coming to mercury, mercury is also present in the liquid state, right? So you always drink water, you are using water, you must have seen water, it is in the liquid state. Petrol, it is used in our vehicles, right? You must have seen it, it is also in the liquid state. Mercury, it is present inside the thermometer. Have you seen? Yes, when someone is suffering from fever, then the mercury, that it increases, right? The mercury level, it increases in the thermometer. So it is also liquid. So the correct answer is option D, that is all of this. Coming to the next question, in which of the following substances is intermolecular space more? Option A, mercury, B, water, C, hydrogen, D, iron. So here question is asked, in which of the following substances the intermolecular space is more. So we know matter exists in general in three states, that is solid, liquid and gas, right? So intermolecular space means the particles or the molecules of the substances, they have some space in between them. Okay, and the space, it is maximum in case of gas. The intermolecular space or the space, the gap that is present between the particles of the matter, it is maximum in case of gas, followed by liquid, followed by solid. So it is maximum in case of gas. Okay, so here see, mercury, it is present in the liquid state, right? Coming to water, water, it is present in the liquid state. Hydrogen, it is present in the gaseous state. Iron, it is present in the solid state. So we know the intermolecular space, it is more in case of gases, right? So what will be the correct answer? The correct answer will be option C, that is the hydrogen. Coming to the next question, which of the following are properties of sugar? P, definite shape, Q, definite volume, R, can be compressed. Option A, only P and Q, B, only Q and R, C, only P and R, D, P, Q and R. So here the question is asked, which of the following are the properties of sugar? Okay, so sugar, it is present in the solid state, right? Sugar is present in the solid state, and in case of solid state, what happens in case of solid state? They have definite shape and they possess definite volume. Okay, but they cannot be compressed. Compressed means we are decreasing the volume. Okay, we are decreasing the volume. Decreasing the volume, that means we are bringing the particles of the matter closer to each other. Okay, so we are bringing the particle of the matter closer to each other. So in case of solid, we cannot compress it. Okay, because the solid particles, they are closely packed. The solid particles, they are closely packed. As they are closely packed, we cannot bring them closer, right? That's why they cannot be compressed. So here what will be the correct answer? That is option A, only P and Q. Got it, everyone? Coming to the next question, which of the following can be available in all the three states of matter? Option A, oxygen, B, water, C, clay, D, paper. So which of the following can be available in all the three states of matter. Do you have any idea, students? Yes, if you know the answer, you can write in the comment box. Okay. So, yes. Which of the following available in the three states? You just imagine what you have seen. For oxygen, have you seen it? No. For clay, have you seen it? No. For paper? No. But we see it for water. How? See, in the three states of matter, in the solid state, it is present as ice. In liquid state, it is present as water, and in gaseous state, it is present as water vapor. Okay, so it is the water which can be available in three states of matter. Got it? Coming to the next question, Rohit left a cup of hot coffee on his table. He noticed something rinsing out of the surface of the coffee. Which of the following correctly describes P and Q? P not so closely, Q far apart, P far apart, Q closely packed. Option C, P not so closely packed, Q closely packed. Option D, P far apart, Q not so closely. So here it is given that Rohit left a cup of hot coffee on his table. Okay, and he noticed something rising out of the surface of the coffee. So you must have noticed that when we keep hot milk, hot tea or hot coffee on the table, what will happen? Something is coming out, something is rising out of the surface of that tea or coffee or milk which is present in hot state, right? So what is that? Yes, that's something which is rising out of the surface. It is, here it is given as P. So that P, these are the vapors of the substance. Here we have taken the coffee. So these are the vapors of coffee. Okay, so P, vapors of coffee. Coming to Q, Q is the liquid coffee here. Right, we have prepared the coffee and Q is that coffee. So P and Q, these are coffee. P are vapors of coffee, Q is coffee. So vapors of coffee, that means P is present in gaseous state. Okay, and this liquid coffee, it is present in liquid state. So what are the properties of gases and liquid particles? Particles are present in gaseous state and in liquid state. In case of gases, the particles are far apart from each other. Okay, so here in case of P, the particles are far apart from each other, and in case of the liquid, these are not so closely packed, right? These are not so closely packed, they are not so far apart from each other. Okay, so here the correct answer is option D, P far apart from each other, Q not so closely packed, right? Coming to the next question, Moni filled an empty beaker to the brim of water and dropped some marbles in it. What are the states of the substance X and Y? For X and Y, option A solid liquid, B liquid solid, C solid gas, D liquid gas. So here what is given? Moni filled an empty beaker to the brim of water and dropped some marbles in it. Okay, what are the states of the substances X and Y? So here X, that is the marble, right? Here X, it is the marble. So marble, it is present in which state? Can you tell me? The marble, it is present in the solid state, right? Coming to Y, here Y, this is the water. So Y, which is water, it is present in the liquid state. Got it? Yes. So correct answer is X solid and Y liquid. So where is it? Yes. Did you find it? It is present in option A. X is solid, Y is liquid. Okay. Coming to the next question. X has definite volume and definite shape. which of the following can be X? Option A, water, B, sugar, C, oxygen, D, steam. So X has definite volume and definite shape. So which of the following can be X? We know definite volume and definite shape. This is for solid state. Okay, so this is for solid state. So in which of the following it is the solid state? We know water, it is present in liquid state, right? Coming to sugar, sugar is present in solid state. Oxygen present in gaseous state. Steam is also present in gaseous state. Okay, so what will be the X? It is sugar. Option B, sugar, that is present in the solid state. Okay, coming to the next question, which of these substances has definite volume but no fixed shape? Option A, book, B, oxygen, C, lemon juice, D, water vapor. So in the question it is asked which of these substances has definite volume but no fixed shape. So definite volume and no fixed shape, it is the property of liquid state. Okay, so it is the property of the liquid state. So book, we know book is present in solid state. Oxygen is present in gaseous state. Lemon juice, it is present in liquid state. Water vapor, it is present in gaseous state. So which will be the correct answer? Yes, you can tell the answer. It is in the liquid state. Which is present in the liquid state? That is option C, lemon juice. Right? Yes. Next one, which of the following can increase in volume when air is blown into it? Option A, tea kettle, B, book, C, water, D, balloon. So which of the following can increase in volume when air is blown into it? So when we blow air into it, which increases the volume? Means which increase in their size? Yes. Is it tea kettle? No. Is it book? No. Is it water? No. Is it balloon? Yes. A big yes. So when we try to blow air into the balloon, it increases the volume, right? Yes. Coming to the next question, which of the following transformation is occurring in given figure? In the given figure, the first one, it is present in the solid state. Why solid state? Because the particles are closely packed. Okay. And here it is present in the liquid state. Okay. So it is the conversion of solid to liquid. So the transformation from solid state of the matter to liquid state of the matter, it is known as melting. Okay, and there is another name for melting also, that is fusion. Got it? So here the correct answer is option B, that is melting. Coming to the next question, which of the following is an outcome of condensation? Option A, wind, B, storm, C, rain, D, sunlight. So which of the following is an outcome of condensation? First of all, what do you mean by condensation? So in the condensation, what happens? In the condensation, here from the gaseous state, the matter is converted to the liquid state, that is known as condensation. And see what happens here. Let me tell you, the correct answer is option C, rain. Here what happens, in the water bodies like the ponds, rivers, lake, seas, here water is converted into water vapor due to the presence of sun. Okay, and after some days what happens, this water vapor, it is again converted into water. This water vapor which is present in the atmosphere, it is again converted into water. So gaseous state, it is now converted into the liquid state, and when it is converted into water, then rain occurs, right? Yes. Do you love rain? Yes. Okay, so this rain, it is the outcome of the condensation. Got it, everyone? Coming to the last questions of today's session. Here in the X solute that is present here, and in the Y here solvent is given and it is the solution. So it is given that X is present in this amount, Y also present in this amount, and when we are adding X and Y, then the total amount, the total volume, it is not changing. Okay, so when we mix the solute in the solvent, the solution is formed. Okay, when we mix the solute and solvent, the solution is formed, and the solute, it is completely dissolved in the solvent. When the solute is completely dissolved in the solvent, then the solution is formed and the volume, it does not change. Here you can see the volume is not changing, the volume is unchanged. Okay, here the volume is unchanged. If volume is unchanged, that means the solute X, that is completely soluble in Y. If it will not be completely soluble, then the volume will increase. Okay, so what is solute and solvent? Suppose I am taking here sugar and I am adding some water to it, right? When we mix this sugar and water, so a solution is formed, that is sugar solution is formed. Okay, so this sugar, it is present in smaller amount, we call it as solute, right? And the water, it is present in large amount, it is known as sulfur, and the solute should be dissolved in the solvent. Okay, so we know sugar is dissolved in water, salt is dissolved in water. So this sugar and salt is just solute, and the water, it is the solvent, right? And if it is completely soluble, then the volume will remain unchanged. That's why the correct answer is option A. X is completely soluble in water. Got it? So this much for today's session. Let's meet you in the next session. Okay. Till then, read mindfully. So bye bye everyone.